Get you the very latest on the coronavirus and some of the big headlines we're watching for you this morning. Here are the three things to know right now. Number one, the number of deaths and cases in the U.S. It just keeps climbing, but there could be help on the way. The president says we've now tested more than 1 million people, and a new 5-minute test is expected to start hitting the market in the next week. Number two, a growing concern in rural parts of the United States. Yesterday, several governors told the president they're also in dire need of testing kits and medical supplies as they prepare for a surge of cases. It's a big problem considering places like California and New York are still facing major shortages as well. And number three, there's also growing concern about a shortage of healthcare workers. New York and California are asking retired nurses and doctors to get back on the job to help relieve workers who have been working nonstop now for weeks. A senior living community will be locked down starting tonight after a dozen residents tested positive for COVID-19. Michelle Choi is live in the Woodlands with that story.
Xavier, once 6 p.m. rolls around, this facility will be ordered to shelter in place for 2 weeks. This morning, you can see Montgomery Sheriff's deputies out here blocking the entrance. But until tonight, residents here can leave if they decide to go into self-quarantine with family instead. After that, only staff members and medical and emergency personnel will be allowed on site. And the 200-plus residents living here at the conservatory at Alden Bridge, an apartment complex for people 55 and older, will no longer be able to enter or leave until the shelter-in-place order expires, which as of now is April 13th. The Montgomery County judge issued that order after 12 residents tested positive for coronavirus, saying the facility represents a, quote, heightened possibility of community spread. Discovery Senior Living, the company who runs the conservatory, says within hours they were able to quickly identify 19 individuals who came in direct contact with the first resident who tested positive for COVID-19. They're now all in self-isolation. Meanwhile, guys, in Fort Bend County, a senior living facility there also under investigation after 2 COVID-19 cases were identified at the Richmond State Supported Living Center. We're told both residents are in their 60s and are currently in the hospital. Guys, back to you.
Michelle, thank you. This morning, a new testing site opens at the Smart Financial Center in Sugar Land. Our Janelle Fort joins us live. And Janelle, what do people need to know if they want to get tested there?
Well, Steph, the big thing is that this testing is open to the public. There's no online pre-screening or code needed, but it's also important to note that these tests are being prioritized for people who are already showing symptoms or those who are particularly at risk. The testing here, it starts at 10 a.m. this morning. As you can see, things are already set up and ready to go, and this is the second free testing site that's coming from a collaboration between Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee and United Memorial Medical Center. Much like their smaller scale testing site in Houston, this is drive-through testing. You get here, you go to the first tent and are screened to determine if you warrant testing. If that is the case, you'll advance to the registration tent and then the testing tent. Most results are available within 4 to 24 hours. This comes as the other site at United Memorial Medical Center Tidwell launches its 46-bed COVID-19 annex dedicated to caring for coronavirus patients. UMMC is also launching its mobile COVID-19 testing efforts to reach seniors who are unable to leave their homes because of increased susceptibility to the virus. Testing here again starts at 10 a.m. is going to run till 4 p.m. today. For the rest of the week and weekdays following, it'll run from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And for a full comprehensive list of all your testing options here in the Houston area, head over to our website, KHOU.com. Back to you.
Janelle Ford, I'm sure there are going to be long lines out there. All right, thank you. Well, your Rush Block continues with today's other big stories, starting with Harris County expected to extend the stay-at-home order.
The question is not whether we'll be extending the order. It's really a question of for how long.
Judge Lena Hidalgo says the move could come today as the number of cases continue to rise in Harris County. The original order is set to expire this Friday. Cases are climbing around the world. More than 500 new COVID-19 deaths were reported on Monday here in the U.S. The disease has now claimed more than 3,100 lives in this country and more than 37,000 worldwide. A U.S. service member succumbs to the virus. New Jersey's governor tweeted a National Guardsman died from the virus on Saturday. A spokesman says he was not on active duty, but he's the first service member to die from COVID-19.
At Houston parks, people are keeping their distance, exercising, and trying to stay positive. But mental health professionals say more and more people are coming to them for help. Whether it's concerns over coronavirus or losing jobs, stress levels are rising. The folks at Crisis Intervention of Houston and Mental Health America of Greater Houston say you can go to them for help. There are resources and someone to talk to. Find that information at KHOU.com.
A good day on Wall Street. The Dow closed up nearly 700 points after healthcare companies announced developments that could aid in the outbreak. Overnight, the overseas markets have been mixed after that U.S. rally. And that's your Rush Block on this Tuesday morning.
All right, who is ready for a vacation? And I know a lot of us had to cancel spring break plans. Our summer trips are kind of in limbo, and a lot of us just want to go somewhere. Well, social media is stepping up to help. It's definitely nothing fancy, but yesterday I asked for a photo of some place you've been without you in it, and dozens of photos poured in. The results kind of look like a screensaver in the best way. It's just a break and a reminder that the world awaits once we all get a handle on this, or at least that is the goal. I want to ask you to send your photos to this number, 713-526-1111. You can also post your own photo on your social media feed. Ask your friends to share, and you guys can kind of travel the world together. It's pretty cool. There are also resources that allow you to take tours through, say, museums. We have a link for that on KHOU.com. For now, let's send it over to Cheetah for the one thing you need to know.